So the weather's been quite a bit warmer. I say for the last 3-4 days. We're going back into deep freeze shortly. Checking the traps this morning. Actually, it's this afternoon. It was a minus 30 this morning. I guess it's about minus 16 right now. We already got a lynx this morning. I'll show you guys after. I forgot to video that. Just got back to my one set here. This was supposed to be a set for a lynx. And it looks like we got ourselves a nice fisher in here. I think it's a fisher. He's too big to be a martin, so for sure he's a fisher. We're gonna take him out of the trap and then we'll see what we got here. Alright, let's see if I can set this up so you can see what I'm doing. Probably not, I'm always forgetting that bipod, but we'll set it up here anyways and see if I can get him out of the trap. Difficult, so we'll undo the set here and then we'll just set it all back up. There. So it was nice to have that warmer weather for quite a few days. When we're in that deep freeze, all the beaver, even though the beaver never really freezes and it has oils in it, I make it smell all the time, even when it gets to minus 20 to minus 30. You know, it doesn't throw off as much scent as if we're in the milder weather. Ideally, you want minus 10 to go minus 15 is nice trapping weather like that. If you get anything in your traps, it doesn't spoil. They'll stay frozen. If you're like me, you got to go to work every once in a while, and when you're working 4 days in a row, it's nice to have some colder weather to make sure your furs and what's in your trap doesn't rot. I'm going to see if this is frozen. It doesn't look like it's frozen here. It's probably frozen there. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap out this whole 330. Like that, I won't damage the fur pulling them out. And we'll go from there. So always bring some spare traps with me. Let's see if I can pull this one out. Set it in there pretty good, so I'll have to redo the whole set. But it's looking good so far. Checked a few traps. The first lynx set I went to, again, something had come down my trail right into the set, but for some reason they wouldn't go in. It could be that there's some residual scent. There are some lynx around there. There are some fox. You can catch fox in this 330, although it doesn't happen too often. You're better off with a snare for fox. I've only got one area set up with snares this year. Again, we're setting up every year more and more, and next year I intend to put more snares out. There we go. So there he is there. Nice size. It's going to be a nice fur. They got quite some teeth on them. But gotta go back to the sled, pick up another 330, and we're going to reset this. And again, you see my bait's still there. See the beaver there? I had tied it right to that tree, and that's what he was reaching up for. when he got caught, and he got caught good by both sides of the trap there. Another nice day out here, though. It's always nice out here, even when it's colder. Once you get in the bush, there's a lot less wind chill when you're out here than being out in the open, and usually makes for a beautiful day anyways, even though it's a little colder out than usual. It's not like you're standing in the middle of a lake or something. Unless you're out after beaver, then you might be out in the middle of a lake somewhere, or a pond. All right, so we got that out. I'm going to show you guys the lynx we got this morning. He was a small one. Unfortunately, when you can't check your traps every day, because some of us, have to work because you can't make a living just on trapping alone. That'd be awfully hard today. You wouldn't be able to afford much. But so he was in there for 4 days. Another lynx came along, ate what was in the box, and started eating this lynx. I don't know if you can see there, one of his hind legs are missing, and he started chewing on him. He's just a little guy, so we're gonna grab another 330 here. So that happens. It's not the first time I hear that. I've heard from quite a few trappers that if another lynx comes along and he's hungry enough, well, I think the males, from what I understand, if it's a hard year or something like that, they eat the babies as well if they know there's not going to be enough food to go around. So we're going to tan that fur anyways, and that'll be scrap fur, but I'm sure we could do something with it. Make some nice, you could probably still put on the back of a mitt, use some other leather or something for to make the mitt itself, and then just on the outside for extra warmth you might be able to put some lynx fur, some of this fur on there, so it's not a total loss. So this is an older 330. I got some newer ones. I should have grabbed the newer ones this morning when I left home, but I grabbed the first ones I seen. Not a big fan of these. They got, I usually use Belial. These are Dukes. I find that the safeties are not as nice. You got these type of safeties, and they tend to fall off when you do set the trap, and a little bit more dangerous when you're setting it. But anyways, we're going to set up this trap, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, we're going to put that on. Debating whether I should put my gloves on or not. Not that my hands are that cold, it's just that, like I said, I'm not a big fan of these safeties and the triggers. The triggers themselves are very flimsy, and they're not as good of a quality as a Belial, and I find they're not as safe, but everybody's got their own opinion. A lot of other people love using these traps and don't have any issues. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Not sure what we got going on here. Haven't used these for a few months here because last time I used these was for beaver trapping. Again, forgot the tripod, so you're gonna have to bear with me here while I do this. You might not be able to see everything I do. That's another reason I'm not a big fan of these, and I'll show you guys in a minute. Now when you go to set these with these Dukes, again, it seems like the triggers are always upside down. I don't know why. But when you're going to squeeze your springs together, they got some little nibs here. I'm going to show you what I mean. These right here, when you go to squeeze your springs together here, they tend to catch on that. And then you got to mess around a little more to get them set. Another thing is, you want to make sure your triggers are set well before you there we go. Okay. Now see that? Doesn't matter what you do with these. For some reason, once you set it, your safeties seem to fall down. The Belials won't do that until you actually remove them or push down on the safeties out of the way. Okay, so set this up without setting it off. Some of this here. Now I want this a good height again, and then I can just adjust it after. So both safeties are off again. Really not a big fan of these. Now, I had set my wire here somewhere. I know that one's for that one, but we're going to use it here, and then I'll just find the other one. Well, it's nice to be able to go out and actually have something in the traps. I know some people think the animals move more in the cold weather. I did as well for a bit, but now I know it's the opposite. That one goes on there. Because you think the colder it is, the more the rabbits run. That is true, but not too cold. Once it gets too cold, the animals try to stay still, conserve their energy so that they don't lose all their body heat, right? They gotta stay warm as well. And goes to prove, been driving around now for a good hour or so, and the amount of animal tracks out now that it's been milder is 10 times more than what I've seen actually in the last 3 weeks that I've been out, right? So there we go. That ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna sit this side here. Here's that other one I was looking for. So we still got lots of bait left there, so we don't have to rebait. That's good. We just gotta at least hang up that little line there. There we go. Now, straighten that out. There we go. Make sure safeties are out of the way. They had already fallen, but you want to make sure they're clear so they don't get caught when it goes off. Now, I'm going to tie this one here. Right there. Got some extra wire, so we'll double it up and probably go right around that tree there. Out of the way. So yeah, I should have showed you guys that lynx, the way it was sitting in the trap and eating there. So on the next one, do that. And there we go. We're reset. Stick this here. Nothing goes in on that side. Center nice and open. So whatever's gonna go just an extra on top here to keep the snow out if it does snow. Not too much snow is gonna go on the top, and that's what our set looks like. You can see the bait hanging there off the tree. We're all set. 3:30, and now we're gonna keep on going. Okay, so it's been a few days. Got a shit load of snow in about 2 to 3 days here. You can see all the snow we got. So we're back out. I did check the one set this morning. Nothing moved. It doesn't look like anything much has moved in the last couple of days. I don't see any fresh tracks in any of this snow. But we do have a lynx in this box set here this morning. This is the same box set that I caught that other lynx that was half eaten. So I'm assuming this is the lynx that came in after the other one was caught, ate all the beaver meat, and started chewing on the back of that other lynx. So here's our box set, and you can see right here. Right there, we got a nice lynx in this one. So just trying to get to that beaver meat inside there, and he got caught. Very pretty out here now. I mean, we got enough snow now. It can stop snowing anytime, I figure. But so we're gonna pull this lynx out, and we're gonna set up another 330, and then we'll keep on moving on and go see what we got in the other traps. Hopefully we got a few more today. So I wanted to show you guys, the other day I told you is the Dukes. I wasn't a big fan of the Dukes conibears. Now I just set this one. This one is a Belial. And you see my safeties here? See how you got to push them? You actually got to take them off yourself, right? The Dukes, like I said, once you set them, it seems like they're always upside down on these springs. And when you set them, they fall. And then if the trap does happen to go off and you don't have another safety on there, good chance you'll get your hands trapped in there. And then this piece here, I don't know if you see that, that's what holds your trigger in place. It's actually more solid. It's not as loose, so I find it holds it better. There's less of a chance of it going off on you. I know you could buy safeties and you add a safety on here while you're setting it. But I mean, I feel confident with these traps that as I'm setting these, if anything were to happen, my safeties would still be on, and I would not get hurt, and my hands wouldn't get stuck in the trap. But again, you got to always make sure, right? These couldn't happen, you know, while you're setting it. You can maybe push it with your leg or something, or a branch could catch it and then take the safety off. Then you might be in a little bit more trouble there. So we're going to reset this one, and then we're going to have a look at that, see how nice that lynx is that we caught. So here's that lynx we caught. Got some pretty big paws on him there. I don't know if you can see that. It's a fair size. Looks good. He'll make a nice, that'll be a nice fur for sure. You see the claws on him there, see? So that's my second one now. My quota is 3 on this trap line. So it means we can only catch one more. I got a few more sets to check today. So I reset this one. But if I do catch another one, then I'm going to come back and pull all my lynx sets and just leave my Martin and Fisher sets out. The other one was eaten on the ass end here. One whole leg was gone and part of the ass. But he'll still be able to make a nice fur for some mitts or something. So that's 2 down, and see if we got one more today. And check it out, see if we got any Martin or Fishers. Hopefully we got a couple of those at the same time. On my dad's sled today, his VK, mine wouldn't stay running for some reason. I'm running on 1 cylinder. So I messed around with it a little bit, but I didn't want to take it out here. As you can see, a lot of snow to break through today. So I either got to buy a new coil for mine, or maybe it's just a spark plug wire, who knows. So when I get back to town, I'll see if I can order another Yamaha coil. I don't like using aftermarket parts. It's an older sled, but I'm going to keep it anyways just because I drive through a lot of branches and scratch it all up, and it runs good. So if there's no reason to buy a new one and scratch it all up, you know, I prefer to have an older sled while I'm trapping. So yeah, so I took the the boot off the coil wire and rethreaded it on, but I couldn't cut the end off because the coil wire is actually kind of short now. I think somebody's cut the end off and rethreaded on a couple of times. So that might be my issue, but might as well just buy a whole new coil, new wires, and there's no issues when you get out in the bush. But we'll go check a few more traps, and I'll keep you guys posted on what we got. One time I don't bring the 22 with me. There's a nice fat rabbit right there. I had a few snares set around here, but I haven't caught anything yet. We're gonna have to leave them there. If I would have brought the 22 with me, I could have had some rabbits too. Nice to see though. So the animals are starting to move. So we're checking the traps again today. Looks like we caught our first weasel. Little ermine. Now, we're lucky we still have him. I don't know if you could see over there in the snow, but there's a lynx that walked right past here. See his tracks there? And he kept on going. So fortunately, this was hanging on the other side of the box over here, which let it hang a lot higher. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull him out of there and reset. We still got lots of bait left, and we'll keep going. Hopefully we catch a few more animals today. Very nice day out today, -3. Another beautiful day.